you're all doing lovely on this fabulous day, and I'm really sorry about the lesson yesterday, the 9th of June, because the software had this update. We didn't know it was doing it, so when we went to set it all up in the morning, it didn't work, and my poor hubby was at it for about 3 or 4 hours yesterday trying to bring it back. But hopefully you're all able to watch, say hello if you are, and that'll, fingers crossed, be us in terms of technology faults for the foreseeable. So welcome. Today's lesson is onomatopoeia, however you like to pronounce it. Today's word of the day is versatile, which is an adjective, and it means that you're able to adapt to many different functions or activities. So a wee example is the actor is versatile and he plays a variety of parts or a range of parts. And today's spelling word is guardian. So that's on the list, which will be on the Aim Higher resources page on Facebook or in the Google Classroom. And we're going to do the spelling bee tomorrow, a wee day late because of the technology problems. So have a wee practice at home and see if you can beat everybody around you. The pun of the day, as always, you know, I like a bit of cheesy punness. So how do you get a baby alien to sleep? You rock it. And that's quite appropriate for today and the first task. Can you think of any words which sound like the noise of a firework? Baby, you're a firework. Alexa, play. 30 seconds. Alexa, stop. Have a time. How did you get on? Did you come up with a few? You might have come up with words like whiz, fizz, pop, zoom, bang, crash, crackle, and all of the above, and some more. Right, so onomatopoeia, so that's just a sort of trying to break it down to try and remember the spelling. Ono, as a tomato, P-O-E-I-A. I'm going to ask you to think of a wee task. So the way I used to remember the ending was, oh, Emma, that's my daughter, I'm amazed. So that's just a wee thing I've come up with. Maybe a wee extra task for a Brucey bonus. Can you think of a mnemonic? Remember that was one of the things I came up with last time for like spelling. So dash in a real rush, hurry or else accident, remember? Try come up with one for onomatopoeia. And I would love it if you did. Anyway, so the word onomatopoeia means name I make or word making, and it's from Greece. So it's split up into two. So it just means, so it's basically a translated word from Greece which means name I make. Basically the way I always remembered it from school was that my teacher said onomatopoeia, that sounds like a weird word. Sound. So it's all to do with sounds. So basically it's a word that sounds like the thing that it's describing, whatever that may be. So if we try it again, just like alliteration yesterday, we were talking about how it's a sound technique. So think about how do you say these things. So obviously emphasize them. Splash, pop, buzz, droop, hiss, bang, bang. Sorry if I give you a fright. So that's obviously it's meant to imitate the noise that they make. So that's why it's used, to make it sound like it's like a sound effect, you know, like in a film. So other examples of onomatopoeia. So it can be things like animal noises. So if you think about old MacDonald on that farm, then there's lots of quack quack, ba, moo. So these are all examples of onomatopoeia. Collisions, you know, so things like crash, wallop, bang, clink, anything to do with noise, like a collision noise. Water is quite good for describing using onomatopoeia. So like drip, drizzle, splish, splash, splosh. Voices, so like giggle, chuckle, chatter, growl, roar, that sort of thing. Or air, swish, swoosh, gasp, that sort of thing. So why do we use it? Just like alliteration, it's a sound technique which emphasises some sort of idea or some noise to describe things in a bit more detail. It's just to make your writing more lively and engaging so that we are drawing attention to particular words. It's also used to basically add drama. So just like sound effects in a film is there, you know, if you mute a horror film, it's not as scary because of the sound. So that's the same. So it's just in writing, obviously we can't use that. So we use things like onomatopoeia, alliteration to create noise and to create sound, to get that image in our minds of what it is that we're trying to convey. So just a wee example of onomatopoeia in practice. So you've got a description here of a car crash, unfortunately. So you could say the car hit the wall with a bump, it hit it with a whack, it hit it with a crunch, and it hit it with a bang. So which one of those do you think is the worst noise in terms of impact? I mean, each to their own, you know, so I think bump to me just suggests bump. You know, it's not as harsh as maybe a whack, you know. So, but I think that crunch and bang are worse. So, crunch, you can almost suggest like the noise of the metal, isn't it? Twisting and getting all knackered. Bang is clearly, boo, impact. So, there's a difference there. So, although you're describing things in the same way, that little bit of onomatopoeia suggests like a different sort of severity of it. Although the same action occurs, obviously some of them are more severe than others. It's almost like you can hear that noise of the car accident, maybe with even the word clang. It hit it with a clang, you know, almost you can vibrate in your teeth. So, your turn to have a wee practice. So just a minute and a half, try and think of a beach scene, a busy beach. I know we can't wait to get back to those days. So a busy beach scene. Think about the sea, so noises the sea make. So what kind of onomatopoeic noises could you put in for the sea? I've mentioned water already, but you might come up with better ones. People, so what kind of noise do you hear? You know, if you're lying on your sun lounger with your favourite book or a wee drink and your eyes are closed, what do you hear? What kind of noises do you hear from people? And animals, so what kind of animals do you expect on a beach? Maybe not a busy one, but obviously there's birds and things around you. So try and think of animal noises as well. So try and come up with as many as you can for each one of those. Or pick one and try and come up with a few. Alexa, play. I've got to scurry like a crab. like a girl. Alexa, stop. Oh, there's a little dog going past. It's so cute. How did you get on? Hope you've come up with some amazing pieces of onomatopoeia examples for me. So words you may have come up with. So things like the waves, boom, swish, crash, splash, splish, splosh, all the ones we've said before. Whoosh, roar. So the roar of the sea makes it obviously sound like it's a fierce wind blowing it around. People, you might have said like chitter, chatter, murmur, you know how you can't quite make out a lot of noise, screeching if it's like kids, shrieking, giggling, anything to do with laughing is quite good too. Birds, so you can have birds screeching, cackling, sighing, squawking, grumbling, you know, if they're fighting over that last chip. Crabs, scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Dogs bark, obviously you can have barking. Fish sploshing, whatever it is that you've come up with. Well done for everything that you've said. So now we're going to have a wee look at onomatopoeia and how it changes, like the impact. We've already had a little look at that with the car, thinking about how each word sort of creates a different idea. So there's a wee example. Leo fell to the floor with a. Now there's, 15 different words there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just to make you aware that obviously each word has a slightly different suggestion in your mind of how you fell or what kind of noise it was and why, the impact of that. So if he fell with a groan, obviously that would be more like, oh, stupid me. But if he fell with a slap, that suggests, oh yeah, it's just hurt his poor little bum. So, or if he fell with a clang, again, he's maybe hit something on the way down. Or a crash is clearly violently fallen. So just obviously have a wee play around with that. Have a look later on yourself and see the different noises and how that can create a different impression. Onomatopoeia, just like alliteration that we looked at, onomatopoeia is used quite a lot in adverts as well to sort of suggest things. So I was thinking earlier about nursery rhymes as well, like I'm driving my car, toot toot, that's on in our house a lot. Or, 5 fat sausages sizzling in a pan, sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. You can almost hear that sausage spitting at you in the pan. So that just reminded me of these two. So there's a sizzling sale of something, I can't see what it is, but obviously it's making it sound exciting. And we've got selling beds. So you've got the actual zzz, pretending somebody's sleeping in a wee snory noise. We've got psst, psst to describe something. So, there's onomatopoeia used in that advert. And then here's one for Alka-Seltzer. Now, you won't know what that is till you're older. Hopefully. But plop, plop, fizz, fizz. So that was two examples. So you plop the tablet in the water and it fizzes up and then you drink it and then you feel much better after being a little bit ill that morning. Or you've got whoosh, for opening up a juice bottle of fizzy drink. The most famous one of all is our beloved Kellogg's Rice Krispies, and the tagline for that has been for many years, snap, crackle and pop, to suggest the noise of those little Krispies in the bowl when you add the water. So obviously you're like that, try to listen. But that's been the tagline for them for years. So it's just every one of those is an example of onomatopoeia. And again, different noise, snap, crackle, pop. So each one is slightly different in its tone, isn't it? Onomatopoeia has been used for many decades as well in the comic strips. So think about Batman and Robin with their pow, wow, boom. If you've ever seen any of the old-fashioned, cartoons or read any of the comics, quite often they've got an alliterative noise when there's a fisticuffs fight going on, and that's to suggest what kind of action is happening behind that, because they don't want to show you it, because don't condone violence, kids. But it's obviously different noises. So things like boom would suggest explosion, whereas ha 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 suggests like evil laugh, or oops, banana skin moment, splat, there's been an accident. So again, have a look through them and think, what does that suggest about what's going on behind it? Alright, one more little task. So here's a little poem. When Carol eats spaghetti, she chomps and gobbles and slurps. The spaghetti disappears with a whoosh. Sauce slapping and smacking round her chops, she scrapes the toast round the plate, crunching, grinding every mouthful. She burps, gurgles, and leaves the table. Sounds like having a toddler in front of you. It's a pleasurable experience. So, again, you've got a wee minute to have a look through that and try and see how many examples of alliteration, start that again, onomatopoeia, you can spot. Alexa, play. Alexa, stop. Musical statues. It was the only one I was good at. Probably because I'm so lazy. I meant to say alliteration deliberately. Do you spot the sentence with it? Sauce slapping and smacking. Well done. Right, so the answer. Carly chomps, gobbles, slurps, whoosh, slapping, smacking, scrapes, crunching, grinding, burps, gurgles. Average episode of, what do you call it? Can't remember the name of it. Mastermind. MasterChef. That's why we're live. Right, a wee firework poem. This is our final task once I'm off. Whoosh, zoom, bang, whoosh, zoom, bang. I hear the noisy fireworks in the sky. Crackle, sizzle, spit. Crackle, sizzle, spit. The glowing bonfire rages fiercely. Fizz, whiz, buzz, fizz, whiz, buzz. Colourful Catherine wheels turn round and round. Right, so on the first line, you've got an example of onomatopoeia 2 or 3 times. And then the next line, you're just trying to use some good describing words, adjectives and things to describe what's going on with the fireworks, the bonfire, Catherine wheel, obviously that's a type of firework. So, after this, try and have a wee go at writing your own firework poem, please, with onomatopoeia. If you do it, please give it a little decorate, or not, and then just pop it on my page. There are 1 or 2 of you engaged, that's about it. So it would be lovely to see some of your work. Please post it if you like, or send it to me privately if you don't want to post it. That would be fab. Tomorrow, like I said, we're doing the spelling bee, so get your pens and pencils ready to compete against everybody around you. If you haven't, please join the Aim Higher Facebook page and subscribe to the channel, and I'll love you forever. And if you're not on Facebook, there are the links to the channel. Everything that I do gets uploaded to the resources page or the Google Classroom, so you can get access to the PowerPoint slides to look at home, and I do some work after each lesson as well within a day or 2, because I have got a busy life, unfortunately. And I do these for free out of the kindness of my heart, but if you'd like to donate, you know what to do. Alright, have a fabulous day, and I hope I smashed that lesson. Smash! And good luck with your firework poems. Alexa, play. Have a good day, y'all. Bye!